about hit the button.
Hi, recording.
Hi, recording.
Okay. So, for the recording's sake, on screen are 3 clocks labeled Necron events, city events, and gang events. If a clock fills up, an event from the corresponding faction will happen. The party may respond to or ignore these events depending on how they feel at the time. If the Necron event clock is filled 4 times, or I should be more clear, if the Necron event clock is filled 4 times without being responded to, the game will end and the Necrons will win. If the city event...
That is a fairly major change to go from if it fills up 4 times to if it fills up 4 times without response.
Well, yeah, if you guys show up and like fuck up whatever the Necrons are doing, then that's not gonna count as them succeeding at a thing. I mean, unless again, you show up and all die. In which case, I feel like the game will be over for much different reasons. Or maybe the game wouldn't be over in that case. I guess this is a game where you're all expendable. The Inquisitor could just find 7 new goobs.
Yeah, no,
Who would be their favorite?
That was the whole point. Is you told us we were going to make expendable idiots who would die.
Yeah, and I'm trying. Okay. You guys are really hard to kill.
That's because you put threats that would kill us in front of us, and our characters go, "Wow, looks like I'll die. How about I don't?" "Oh, I'm a spooky ghost man. I can cut off your hand by snapping my fingers. What are you going to do?" Recognize that as a valid threat and just give you what you want.
Anyways, the way the clocks fill is thusly. If you are performing a skill check that is pertinent to your investigation that takes up an appropriate amount of time, and you fail, one of these clocks will increase by 1 tick. If you fail by 3 or more degrees of failure, 2 clocks will gain a tick. If you fail by 5 or more, somehow, all 3 clocks will gain a tick. Any questions so far? Cool. When we last left off, the group had been promoted from Strike Squad to Investigators, and given your new mandate, which is to figure out why the Necrons are on the planet, and where the Necrons will be doing whatever it is they're here to do. Along with this promotion came a significant increase in monthly wealth and a fancy new rosette for each of you. So rather than just Tella having the rosette, you all have a rosette now.
That's not gonna.
The rosettes are what let us phone the mothership, right?
They let you phone the mothership and also are essentially a I can do what I want button. Anytime you are dealing with a government official or a non-government entity that isn't a criminal organization, you can flash your rosette and essentially whatever you're asking for, you will get. However, I will say, I'm adding this in, anytime you use your rosette to bulldoze a situation, the city event or the gang event clock will gain a tick. To simulate your group's rising notoriety.
As more and more people go, those guys seem annoying. We should stab them with 1 million laser knives.
Yeah.
We should give them the clamps.
Give them the clamps. Anyways, I think that's everything I had to go over. So we are officially going to begin the investigation. Who wants to go first? Attila. During your first week of investigation, what do you do and where?
Attila's like, I have to go talk to some demons. Walks out. Goes to find the nearest cult.
Is that a metaphor or did they literally mean demons?
I don't think you were here for this. Attila, under duress, has revealed to the group that they are in fact a Zinchian cultist. They were placed inside the investigation in order to help direct the investigation towards the actual threat, the Necrons, and also to stop the Zinchian cult from being found out, but that part didn't go so well.
I should have listened to the previous game.
I should have listened.
You should also probably let him know about Rennick.
Also Rennick's a demon host now.
Oh, yes, I know, I knew that.
Well.
I remember Rennick had a lovely conversation with a demon that could only speak in words that Rennick had used.
Yeah. His name is Zarkan. It lives inside Rennick now.
What?
Rennick and Zanny are great friends. It's nice.
I'm not gonna make you roll to find your cult location. So if you want, you can take the either you can take your player token from the bottom and place it wherever your cult is, wherever your cult cell is.
Where are we going from?
I mean, right now everybody is in the new home location at the top of the spire. Okay. What information are you trying to find from your cult?
I guess I'm just gonna squeeze them for all the information they have on the Necrons.
Cool.
Perhaps literally squeeze them. Because they don't know me, right? This is my cell.
It is a cell. I will leave it up to you if it's your cell.
No, probably not.
Cool. Go ahead and make me, I guess, either a... Go ahead and make like a weapon skill or a fellowship test, since you're being forceful about this.
So I'll make the weapon skill. What's any modifier?
You are interacting with a Zinchian cult, which you're sort of familiar with the workings of, but it's not your cult, so we'll go with just a +10.
they'll be able to give me some information. Faint pointed.
Okay. You spend a few days kind of snooping out this cell because it's not your cell. It's been a few days snooping it out, and once you find it, you spend the remaining 4 days of the week kind of breaking fingers and bulldozing through the various members of this bit of the cult until you find like a half-summoned demon trapped inside a lantern. It's willing to talk to you if you let it out after you're done talking.
See the information is before I make any deals.
All right. Ask a question.
I'm asking the DM, how many questions do I get?
With 0 degrees of success, 2, and one of them will have a vague answer.
Do I get to pick which one has a vague answer?
The second question will have a vague answer.
Okay, the first question. Where? It's just where the closest Necrons can be found.
The demon presses up against the glass of the lantern and says that if you're trying to find Necrons, then your best bet would be to dig. And then it says very literally dig.
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 You're breaking up, bud.
Are you fucking?
I heard
Just
you.
go. It says dig.
That's pretty much what it said, is to dig. How about now?
Hello?
How about now?
Hello?
Yes. You're good.
Yeah, the demon says that if you're looking for Necrons, then your best bet is to simply dig down.
Dig it down.
Yeah.
They slumber beneath the earth.
Does this demon come into contact with any Necrons?
Is that
Your second question?
Yes.
It
just starts laughing.
What kind of laugh?
Like a kind of
like I can't make the noise with my mouth because I can't get my voice to go this high, but it's like a manic squealing giggle.
Okay, I shoot it in the face.
Are you meaning like a traditional like hag laugh, like the type thing?
Kind of?
Okay.
Does it seem nervous, or does it seem, like,
Go
I'm
ahead
not telling you?
Go
ahead and inquiry.
Okay. Before I shoot it in the face, any, modifier?
We'll just flat.
Nope.
as you continue to sit there and listen to it laugh, trying to figure out like the emotional state of a Zinchian demon trapped in limbo, you start to hear overlapping voices laughing at you, and then you pull the trigger on your... What gun do you use? You only have big guns.
It's probably the shotgun.
You pull the trigger on your shotgun. The buckshot shatters the glass of the lantern, and the laughter like rises in pitch and volume until it like just suddenly stops, and you hear a faint, distant whispered, "Nice talk."
See you when I see you.
That's Atella's first week. Oh no! Robin power went out.
Okay.
While Rob figures that out, who else has something they'd like to do during the first week?
Rennick's gonna spend some time getting a feel for this upper sea vibe.
Okay. Is that just like a week-long inquiry then? Just kind of wander around and people watch?
Yeah, he wants to get the lay of the land before he starts making any kind of specific inquiries.
Okay.
That might draw attention to himself.
Alright, go ahead and give me... Well, actually, we'll call this awareness. Go ahead and give me an awareness test.
Okay, doke. No modifier?
You're pretty good at reading like normal people. So go ahead and take a +10 at this.
Thank ya. Yeah, boy.
Rennick, you spend the week wandering around the upper spires. Is this the first time you've ever been this high up in the city?
Probably not, but it's probably the first time he's had the time to wander around. If he's come up here before, it's probably been on a specific job.
Okay. You rolled 2 degrees of success, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you ask a few questions regarding the city, as long as they don't pertain to the Necrons, because you did not actually do anything Necron specific. What would you like to know about the upper spires?
2 questions, you said.
I said a few.
A few, okay. He wants to know who the major, like, shady characters are up here. Like, who's in the high class ones?
Nobody.
There's crime here.
No, hold on. The thing is that you're looking for people dealing high-class drugs, but in the upper spires, there are no dealers, because you can just buy those from spice shops. The rules are different up here. You don't need to go to a back alley to make a back alley deal to get, like, some fucking weird alien schnoz powder. Like, the nobility, they can just have that, because for them, it's not bad.
Okay, let me rephrase. He's trying to find the people who are doing the ooh, when I want to do something spicy and illicit, that's the person I speak to. Is it legal? I mean, technically. Oh my god.
Okay, well then in that case, the answer to that question is you notice that on during non-working hours, when ostensibly the governor's palace should be closed, there's an awful lot of foot traffic.
Then he's going to spend at least one day just hanging around, being like infiltrating. Like, he might just hang around a bit, he might make himself useful. If somebody mistakes him for, you know, someone who's working, he's gonna go with that. Just to get a feel for what the fuck is happening up here.
You're actually far enough up the spires at this point. I'm gonna move your token for you just to show you where the governor's palace is. You're far enough up the spires at this point, Rennick, that anybody who sees you assumes that you're supposed to be here, regardless of how you're dressed. And so no one bothers you, even after like 8 or 9 hours of loitering outside the governor's palace. During that time, you see no less than 19 government officials enter the governor's palace and leave galactically fucked up.
Huh.
Like they're high to the point where you straight up do not even have a guess what they've been doing.
Okay, so the next time he might try and see if he can just wander with them. If everyone thinks he deserves to be here.
What is your end goal of this wandering?
So in this case, he's gonna see where they go when they vanish. If they're going into the palace, he's gonna see if he can just walk in like he's supposed to be there.
We'll call this the final day of the week. On the final day of the week,
yeah,
you do walk into the governor's palace. There's a bit of a queue, a bit of a line, but eventually you follow along behind all of these rich, snooty government officials who normally would simply spit on you as soon as look at you. And you make your way up to the governor's secretary's desk. And she does stop you. She asks if you have an appointment.
Oh no, sorry, I was sent here to make an appointment.
Oh, for who? Welcome back, Rob.
For who? Well, that depends on what's available. There may be a selection of rooms, depending on what might be advantageous for everyone. Do you have a selection of opportunities for an entrepreneurial spirit?
I see what you want. So
thank you.
She leans slightly to see if there's anyone behind you, and there isn't. And she reaches under her desk and pushes a button, and you hear the doors behind you lock.
Ah.
You're here to move product, then.
I was told that my skill sets could be helpful. And I was told specifically to make myself useful.
Told by whom?
No offense, ma'am, but that was a very large gun. They might have leveled at my head. So no offense. But until I can get confirmation from him or them or her, I'm gonna hold back on that until I can get that rubber stamped for you. No offense. And he's gonna lean forward a little bit and go, you guys play really hard up here. The shakedowns hit different. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you're looking to be useful, then you really ought to come back next week when our supplier is here.
Thank you so much. I'll get that clearance for you so we can have a better conversation.
What's Rennick's last name? Does Rennick have a last name?
Rennick does not have a last name.
Do that, Mr. Rennick, and we'd be happy to work with you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And he's going to turn and he's going to stride towards the doors like he expects them to open.
She does reach under her desk again and she pushes a button. Except this button doesn't unlock the doors. It turns off the auto turrets mounted in the ceiling that were aiming at your back. And then she pushes the door that unlocks the button. Or that unlocks the... She pushes the button that unlocks the door. Door that unlocks the button.
Rennick puts a hand on the door handle and just goes, see? I told you, you all play different. And he just points at both of the turrets and goes, man, and steps out like he finds that intriguing and fun and not scary. And then he's going to scamper home.
And then he's going to scamper home. Alright, that's Rennick's first week. Yarick, Ishta, Cog Boys, y'all have anything?
You told me to track stuff. Was there literally any evidence found at the crime scene at all?
Which crime scene?
The water treatment plant that the Necrons fucked with.
You don't know.
I'm gonna go ask then, because otherwise I have nothing to do.
Okay. Are you just like going to talk to the sergeant, or are you calling the Inquisitor specifically? What's
Whoever's actually been working the crime scene, I'll go ask them, which isn't necessarily the Inquisitor.
Oh, okay. In that case, you're actually going to be talking to a secondary Inquisitorial Strike Squad. So, we're going to put Yarick, you get the location of this place from the sergeant, and you make your way there in Lowtown. You find yourself inside a seedy, run-down hostel. Face to kind of face, with someone who appears to be in style and job description Rennick, but 50 pounds bigger.
Yarrick just nods at him.
So you're the knifey one that the Inquisitor had.
Yes.
Barris, welcome to my fucking shithole. My team's out right now. Come in. Wipe your shoes off.
Yarrick will head inside and also do that.
I got drinks. I got some shit alcohol. I got water. I got juice. The juice might be bad. The water is almost certainly going to give you something.
This does not sound appealing.
Yeah, that's fair. So what's up? What'd you need?
Was anything found at the water plant?
Shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. By the time me and my crew got down to the sludge works, it had already been run over by gangers. So like, we don't got anybody. We don't have anybody with like real tracking skills or real investigative skills. We're kind of a go places, kill thing kind of crew. So I'm sure there might be something down there, but not anything we found.
Are the gangers still there?
No, they tend to leave the sludge works alone, you know. If the water doesn't flow, the whole city dies. Doesn't matter whether you're good, bad, mutant. Well, I'm sure there's at least some mutants down there that don't need to drink water, but like, I wonder what they'd look like. That's not important.
Blinks at them. Well, no, Yarrick's wearing a mask. Yarrick just stares.
Right, not important. No, they probably like, honestly, they probably just kind of stripped it for like the servitors. Probably just kind of took what they could off of those while they were recharging and then skedaddled. They just left behind a lot of mess.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I don't think I ever got your name.
Yarrick.
Huh. That doesn't sound like an Imperial name.
Is not.
Wild. And if you would like to make your way down to the sludge works, to do a little bit of sniff snorfing, a little bit of caveman sleuthing, you're more than welcome to.
Sure. So, am I rolling? No, I'm not rolling tracking yet, am I?
Yarrick are probably going to give me I guess we'll start with an awareness check to see if you find anything worth tracking. You do know the area pretty well. You fought here, so you know what things would be new and what things would be old. So I'm gonna say do awareness with plus 20.
Okay. Hey.
Sweet Christ. Yarick, you get down into the sludge works, and immediately it is obvious to your eye that about 30 or so people have been just trampling all over this fucking place since you left here. You got boot prints in the dust. You got like oil spills and some new like blood stains. In one of those blood stains, however, you find a print singularly unlike any boot or animal you've ever seen. It looks almost like a bare human foot if you were to strip the muscle off of it.
So, kind of like a skeleton foot.
Yeah, kind of like a skeleton foot. If you would like, now you may roll tracking. And with your 4 degrees of success from the previous roll, go ahead and take 20 towards this one too.
Didn't do me any good. That's fine.
Do you want to...
I only have 1 luck point and it's the start of the session, so no, probably not.
Okay. Yarick, you... Over the course of about 5 or so days, you find similar prints to this in just about every section of the underhive just about every section of the underhive that you check to look for them. Something or someone is very obviously searching for something down here and not bothering to cover their tracks. We are gonna move. Let's see. We're gonna move the gang event clock up 1.
Well, alright then.
And you did still find something out. You know where they're looking. You just aren't sure, like, the order of their movement.
I mean, I know that there are bone-shaped footprints looking around in here. I'm assuming if I go back and ask around, someone will be like, oh, yeah, that's what a Necron's foot looks like.
I mean, you've seen Necrons. You've fought Necrons. You know what their feet look like.
I haven't fought Necrons. One of them levitated menacingly at us and then left.
There were still Necrons that you fought. They left behind the 2
shooty boys.
Yeah, they left behind a couple shooty boys.
Yeah, we fought several of them.
Oh, I thought those were all just demons. Why the fuck are we freaking out about this guy then if we can kill them? I'm confused. Is this guy just like really powerful?
I mean, you didn't kill them. You damaged them and then they left.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. Yeah, cool. That's my turn.
Ishta, Cog Boys.
I want to use. I was wondering how I could go about potentially using my currently expanding flock for information. Ishta, you currently have 29 people in your flock. It's not very good.
If you would like to, you could give me a charm test. in order to convince your flock to spend the week digging around across the city for information.
Okay.
Before you roll this, it is important to note that due to the secret nature of your mission,
Yeah, I can't tell them about Necrons.
the information you will get might be useful, but it will not be specific.
That's fine. Any leads we can get. And I'm also keeping my eye out for Purple Robe Guy.
You go ahead and give me the test.
Okay. Any modifiers?
Not this time.
That is okay.
Okay. So at the end of the week, you meet back with your flock. A lot of the information you're given is kind of just nonsense. Like at least 10 of your 29 people are just trying to like snitch on their neighbors for like having a weirdly high amount of income that week, or playing music a little too loudly. Things that you shouldn't care about a neighbor doing, but people do because this is a fucking hellscape. But the second to last person you take information from does tell you that there has been an unusual uptick in tech priest activity, or what they think is tech priest activity in the Underhive. There have been a series of strange robed figures seen scattered throughout the Underhive at all times of day, at all hours, doing what could questionably be called research.
Did they elaborate on that? What they mean by research?
They've seen these people, they've seen these robed figures like snatching mutants up off the streets in the Underhive, and also communing with machine spirits in unusual locations. Which is to say, in public. Most tech priests tend to do their communions in the safety of their own, like, secret passageways throughout the city. These ones are just doing them out in the open for anybody to see.
Okay.
And then the final guy you talk to is Purple Robe Guy. He doesn't say anything. He simply walks into your little makeshift office. Actually, hold on, real quick, put your token where you hold your religious sermons, like where your flock gathers.
I hadn't really thought about that. Probably somewhere, but sort of in the in-between from our old secret base and our new, so probably somewhere still in the bottom level of the upper spires.
Okay. He walks into your little makeshift office in the space you've carved out for yourself, in like an old defunct scribe's sanctum. And he pulls out of his robes like a sliver of like like green crystal. And he places it on your desk and he leaves.
Interesting.
Did anyone else think that was going to be a Tommy gun he was about to pull out?
Just fucking
Waste.
Started blasting.
Fucking wastes it right there.
Cog Boys.
Yes.
Do either of you have a thing, an idea, an investigation to carry out?
Argyle, do you have anything?
I personally do not. Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, in that case, I think what Yui is going to do is, well, first of all, try and figure out where the best sort of information hub in the city is, the best place to like sort of connect to the wider Imperial network.
You want like off-planet communication?
Yeah, like off-planet access to Imperial records, anywhere where I might be able to get either legal or extra-legal access to Imperial records.
I mean, for legal access, the best bet is just to stop by an upper city's scribe sanctum so that they can process your paperwork and send it off. And then if you do it that way, you'll probably get your information back in like a week or two. For extra legal ideas, you could stop by the local Cult Mechanicus chapter and connect directly to the Imperial record system via the noosphere, which will be faster. Which will be faster, but highly illegal.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Make my way to the local Mechanicus boys' office.
All right. The Mechanicus live down in Lowtown. In like nestled in like the beating heart of the city.
And that is where I shall load on down to.
Alright, Yui, if you would like, you may give me a tech use test.
I'm pretty good at those.
Argyle,
Yep.
since you don't have your own investigation idea for this week, would you like to accompany Yui on his?
Yes, please.
Excellent. So, Argyle, if you would like, please also make a tech use test.
This tech use is going to be bonkers because I just upgraded.
All right. So between the two of you, you get 4 degrees of success on this. So, Yui, since you are the one doing the primary investigation currently, I will allow you on 4 degrees of success. You may ask 3 questions, and one of them will specifically include answers of a secret and or heretical nature. The first question will contain answers of a secret and or heretical nature.
Okay.
like all the information you have on the concept of meta-narrative awareness?
Yui, you do not get a direct answer to this question. What you do get, what both of you get, Yui and Argyle, is you are redirected from the general noosphere into specifically a long-distance connection with an ancient Archmagos, one whom most of the cult Mechanicus assumed was simply a children's tale. A tech priest whose overwhelming desire to transcend his flesh led him to crafting a body the size of a small moon, housing within it essentially millions of cogitators hooked directly into just his gray matter, the only aspect of his original organic flesh that remains. And once you are connected to this vast intellect, a data packet is downloaded into your brains.
Nice.
Two of you get a thing.
Some information.
Yes, I'd like some information, please. Yes.
Maggie, stop it.
I like that whoever played that soundboard thing and then Harley immediately going, Maggie, stop it, afterwards. It sounded like Maggie was the one who had walked up and said that.
It's probably one of my favourite Frank Murray sketches. I'd like some information, please. Certainly, what kind of information would you like? What have you got?
You each get a new data packet downloaded into your mind. Which, who did we miss? Rennick. Rennick's not here. You each get a data packet downloaded directly into your minds, which, when unzipped and properly installed, gives you this ability.
What do you know about meta-narrative awareness? I know how to do it. Here you go.
She's got the Matrix.
know Kung Fu.
I know Kung Fu. What are your other two questions?
My second question will be, I suppose in order to answer this question, I will need to upload some of my recorded visual information, which will be the point at which we stared down a corridor and watched that corridor stretch for a seemingly unending distance, a little bit of an LSD trip, which left them just a little bit insane, not too much, but just a little bit.
Okay.
So you would like to upload that visual information and cross-reference it to see if there's anything else that matches it. Does that count as a question? Am I stretching the definition of a question?
I think you are kind of stretching the definition of a question, but it is in a way that I feel like your average tech priest would, so I'll allow it.
Thank you.
You upload the data, you start your cross-reference, you get about 0.5% into your cross-reference before the information you've uploaded is hard-wiped from the noosphere, and you get a ping from a different Archmagos who says do not upload Necron technology into the noosphere.
Well, I suppose that's that question answered.
You're about to get banned from Reddit. Be careful with your third question.
Someone's about to drop the ban hammer on old Yui. I guess. What should the third and final question be? I guess Yui will turn to Archive and see any additional input.
What was the actual first question that we asked? I just want to make sure I'm not.
I asked for any information on the concept of meta-narrative awareness.
Okay. And then...
Yeah, the second one was just an upload and cross-reference of the visual data from when Yui saw the weirdly long, trippy corridor.
I want to see if there's any information that we can gather on the Necron rod that we had given back.
Okay. On 4 degrees of success, you query you upload visual data of the section of rod you had, and after about 30 or so minutes of cross-referencing, you get back a ping from an explorator, from a tech priest explorator, about 2/3 of the way across the galaxy, who says, and I quote, I don't know, looks kind of like a control rod, but it's really small.
What is a control rod? Or is that an extra question?
I'll allow it. You know, there's two of you. You can each have 2 questions. You get back, control rods are used to awaken 2 worlds.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna guess Yui or Argyle doesn't know what a tomb world is, but he's gonna use some deductive reasoning and be like, "That's probably not good."
That's bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it could be pleasant for anyone involved.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this was certainly a useful expedition.
Yeah. At the end of the week, you all meet back up in your new little headquarters. Does everybody share the information they found with each other?
What little of it, yeah.
I mean, I don't think Raynick has any information that is interesting to anyone else yet.
Rennick voice, hey, I've got a lead on some fucking dope drugs. Everyone else voice?
That's nice, Raynick.
What?
Something that works on cock boys.
Something that works on what?
Cog boys.
Cock
Oh.
boys.
That's
you
what I
hear
thought you
cock?
said.
Yeah, that's not what I thought you
Did
said.
I enjoy this nickname?
My
Easter
God.
eggs will relay the information about a lot of Adeptus being seen in the Undercity. And the fact that they're talking to machines out in the open. And also puts the green sliver down on the table.
Could Yui use his specs on the green sliver to see if there's anything visually distinctive about it?
Yui may, in fact, use the auspex on the sliver. Please roll tech use for me, Yui, to scan with your auspex at minus 30.
Oh, okay. It hurts to look at.
Before I tell you what happens, do you want to use a fate point?
I would like to use a fate point, because I forgot that I have an ability where whenever I spend a fate point, I roll a d10, and on a 9 or a 10, I recover the fate point.
You can also use your new ability.
Oh, my meta-narrative awareness.
It's called meta-narrative editing.
Editing, so yes. So that's intelligence. My current intelligence score is 37. So that would make my meta-narrative intelligence score 73.
Plus 20 from being master at tech use. So 93.
Yes. 19. Yeah.
It's Rennick again. Alright. So roll a D100 and beat a 93.
What should we get to?
And then roll a D10 to see if you get your fate point back.
Oh, yes.
Yay!
Yay. Yeah, so Yuri just puts a hand up and says, "One moment, please," and the entire universe seems to shift and reverse for a split second, and then everything goes back to normal. And he says, "Okay, I have it."
Okay, I got it. Fucking.
Did anyone else notice anything when that happened?
Are you asking that in character or to me?
I think probably to you.
I don't think I could ask that in character.
Okay, so the people who noticed what Yui just did include Argyle, because Argyle is also now meta-narrative aware. Rennick, because Rennick is a demon host and is fucking weird. Whatever is on the other side of Freya's weird eye.
Not Freya. The other one.
But
Not Freya herself.
Attila.
Oh, Attila, sorry. Whatever is on the other side of Attila's weird eye.
Freya in the other campaign is like, my eye
What?
hurts.
What the fuck?
My eye hurts. What the fuck?
Do I get any feedback from that?
You hear like a really sudden, like, who just did that? How?
I whack myself on the side of the head.
And then for Yarick and Ishta and Payday, it just kind of looked like Yui stuck his hand out, and then nothing happened.
Yarick turns around, turns her head to look in the direction that Yui was gesturing to see if he was like.
Yeah, Ishta will also do the same.
To see if there's like some screen that just like popped up on the other wall.
And then she'll kind of look over at Yarick. Did you? What happened? I don't understand.
Payday actually. Payday, who was T-posing in the hall, or in T-posing, is still T-posing, but is now just ominously kind of floating sideways.
Huh?
And then it's back to normal.
And what did you find out?
Yui, you scan this sliver of green crystal, and it is some kind of power source. This little bit of crystal, which, according to your scans, weighs about 1/3 of a gram, is outputting the same amount of energy as the entire city around you.
I relay this information to the group.
And with 3 degrees of success, you're pretty sure you could plug this into a las gun.
I do not relay that information to the group.
I do not.
I've been carrying that around in my pocket.
Sorry, you can plug it into a las gun or any other las weapon that uses the same battery. Also, Ishta has stage 9 ultra cancer.
Damn.
Well,
You're already
so
dead.
anyway, yes. I died an hour ago. I'm also going to look and go. I've also been told that these mechanics, is that normal? Don't you all usually do your thing behind the scenes? Instead of communing with machine spirits out in public and abducting mutants? Asking
I'm
the
not
two.
sure what you mean.
I've heard that the Mechanicus in the Undercity just abducting mutants and talking to machine spirits in public where others can see. Just communing with them willy-nilly.
That sounds highly irregular.
Yark, have you told us your information about seeing the footprints?
Yeah.
I wonder, could these creatures be disguising themselves as Mechanicus to move freely about the city?
If so, they are not disguising feet.
At which point Yui points out that he has robot skeleton feet.
Yes, look, he holds one of them.
They're not the same kind of skeleton feet.
No, mine are custom models.
Very nice.
My shit's custom.
It's got the fucking Nike swoop on the side of it.
I had it installed after a brief visit to Ultramar.
Ah, I see. So is it? And I know very little about the crystal. It was handed to me by one of my flock. Said nothing and left. They were strange purple robes, but they're there every turn. And I'll give a description of the person to them, see if anybody knows who they are. Yes.
I do not believe I know this person.
Yeah, literally all I know is they wear purple robes. I don't really know much else about them.
Perhaps after your...
Oh, go ahead.
If I think real hard, do I recognize the description?
Or has Rennick seen them doing in and out of the upper city? Or...
Has Rennick seen one?
I'm sorry, I zoned out for a second there. If anybody would like to, they may make a straight intelligence check to see if at any point in the last week or so they have seen a person wearing purple robes.
That's a good thing my intelligence is 73. Oh no, wait. It's still good enough.
Anybody else want to see?
I mean, I've spent all week in the slime and don't have an intelligence network to speak of, so I was assuming that wasn't a roll for me.
I mean, it's just if you spotted this person.
Okay.
I would love to roll you an intelligence check, but boy howdy can I not make my computer work right now.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Yarrick just being like, I have no fashion sense. I am not noticing these things.
Yui, despite having spent most of the week plugged into a galaxy-spanning computer network, you have seen this strange person in purple robes. On a different planet. For a very brief period of time, right before you disconnected, you were pinged by a tech priest. In this system, but not this planet. And when you connected to them, you saw through their eyes a second tech priest that they were speaking to, who was wearing purple robes.
Yumi is going to do the R2-D2 thing of bringing up a small holographic image of a person in their palm and hold it to Eshta and say, is this the same person?
Is it, or is the person I'm talking to human?
You've never seen what purple robes guy looks like underneath his robes.
It's a possibility.
Like, as far as you're aware, purple robes guy is a normal human, but the most you've ever seen of them are their robes and their one hand that they use to put the crystal on your desk. And now that you're thinking about it, that hand was robotic.
It is possible.
Not all members of the cult Mechanicus are as large as Many of us could easily disguise ourselves as a meatbag.
Yes, he's come to every sermon I've given for a while now, and he just walked into my office, set this on my desk, and left.
Interesting. Perhaps Argyle or I should attend one of your sermons.
Or would you be too obvious? Use one of my sermons as a trap, per se.
It's a good thing we have someone here who is immune to being detected, basically.
Moving.
Except
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm real hard to pin down, buddy.
Okay, but Rennick, you have to go and talk to a drug supplier.
not
At
immediately.
some point in the next week. I was not given a specific time.
True.
I would just go and I can go and talk to whomsoever at a time that is not the time I'm talking to the drug supplier.
I love that Reynock got a worm in his brain that made him better at being stealthy than the assassin.
Oh no, this is not from the worm.
This is
This is just from being scummy.
It's not that Rennick's stealthier. Yeah, it's not that Rennick's stealthier than you. It's just that Rennick's got one of those faces that, like, you could never possibly describe to someone other than, I don't know, he was just some dude.
I saw some guy.
He was just a guy, you know?
He was a guy that was a dude. Or maybe even a dude that was a guy. I don't know how to tell you anything. He wore a hat.
I don't even know if he
Maybe.
There was a
dude.
hat,
I didn't
some
get
cool
his
glasses,
pronouns.
I think.
But I will. There is also several places within the space that I give these sermons, and I think Yarick, you might be able to hide as well. You might stand out a bit in the crowd.
I can wear disguise.
Or a teller.
Can you wear like a human demeanor?
No.
Can you make small talk?
Sermon is religion. Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No talking. It's fine.
It is true, you're supposed to shut up and listen.
There's that whole bit where you say something and they say something and you say something and they say something and then everyone goes, "Hail the Emperor!"
There's no call and response in my sermons, thank you.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Looks at Yarrick and shrugs like it's in most of them, I don't know.
Yes, if we all... And I might be able to hide the tech priest. You'd be the most useful in case he is a tech priest. Perhaps we
That's
should
helpful.
try to back this person into a corner and get the information from them.
I can put a blanket over myself and hide in the corner.
I mean, they came to you willingly. So
Yes,
maybe...
But told me nothing.
Sure. But they came
And
to you
potentially
willingly,
gave
so
me
maybe...
stage 12 cancer.
I love the
pretty
idea.
sure...
I love the idea that Yui still has the aspects. I'm just like, ooh, it's stage 13 now.
It's ticking up.
I'm pretty sure your followers think you're immoral. Just for a start. But also B, if he came to you willingly with a clue, which is more than anyone else has, maybe we don't immediately go in and try and corner him. Maybe we try and approach him as an ally.
To know a bit more about this person before we do that. Is there a way
And
we
we-
might be able to identify him?
I mean, doing this would be the way to identify him.
Let me go. I'll smooth your congregation. I'll record his face, and then we can run it against whatever. And looks at Attila like fancy police system.
I could
Yeah.
follow him home from ceremony.
See where he goes would also be useful. So, perhaps don't directly engage him. We get his photograph and potentially either Attila using her database or Yui, and not Tia and Argyle can maybe scan whatever it is in your databases to see if we've seen him and we follow him to his home. Sounds like a decent plan.
Clarification. Not killing.
No.
Not for now.
Just following and not engaging him at all.
Yarrick nods.
Just finding out where he goes and then reporting back.
Cool.
What color purple would you say it was? Like a dark
aubergine.
purple? Like a light
What color purple would I say it was?
How many people wear purple in this stank-ass undercity?
Wait, somebody get me a
Depends
hex
on the type of
code.
purple.
I'm assuming everyone wears like grey and brown rags that they like have to pay tithe to the emperor to have artisanally tattered by the like shrimp hands of a bunch of Adeptus Mechanicus.
My mind's eye, at least it's the same shade as ribbon saucy knickknacks.
Artisanally tattered.
Is it the same purple that Attila is thinking of?
I don't know. Purple.
What kind of purple?
It is unmodified purple. Just straight Google purple. And whatever the first color to pop up is, that's what it is.
Wear a lot of purple.
Don't you fucking dare put that goddamn color
That's the
on my...
first one that came up. Which one of these?
He's wearing checkered robe. Done.
This is
Attila,
an
does your
important
cult
question.
wear a lot of purple?
Mine doesn't, but one of them does.
Is it that purple?
It is texture pack, not load.
It is texture pack. It's fine. It's bottom middle purple.
Okay.
Thanks God.
That's probably not what I was thinking of then. He looked like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so this engine fucked up.
So you were wondering if it was that kind of purple.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Because I would rather not have to do with Slanesh ever.
Don't kink shame.
If it's any consolation, that's only what demonettes look like when they're killing you.
I don't know if that is much consolation, I'll be honest.
If they're doing non-killing you activities, they're fully capable of looking like regular, attractive people.
I don't know if a Slanesh is capable of doing regular non-killing you activities.
Sure they are. They just usually always lead into the killing you activities.
They could be doing the fucking you before killing you activities.
I was
It's
assuming
unfortunate.
fucking you for a Slanesh involved like dangling you upside down by your nipples and
Yes.
playing spin the bottle with your genitalia.
Yes, but they'll look normal while they're doing it.
Okay.
Anyway.
You know what? It's still better than what
Usually-
it's still better than what the Dark Elves do to you.
Do Mechanicus ever fall to Slanesh? Aren't they usually that machine god guy?
Yeah, they have like they don't fall to chaos gods. They fall to like a
they just fall to chaos.
Yeah.
Like before
They got
before the new guy showed up, they just fell to chaos.
The new
guys
guys
knew.
rejoined that new guy.
The new guys knew.
Well, let's try and lay this plan, lay this trap out, and then we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get a lead.
Yeah, this is purely fact finding.
A scouting mission more than a sting operation.
Yeah.
Okay. So the plan is Ishta holds the sermon.
Yes.
Who all is attending the sermon?
Basically, everyone who's not a tech priest.
Okay.
We gotta hide the tech priest. Would it be useful for the tech priest to be there?
I mean, Yui has a very large gun if we need it.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna be hostile with, because as long as we're not interacting with him, I think it'll be fine.
We could keep the tech priests like around the corner, and if we need them,
They can be in my office, which is literally around the corner.
Okay.
we'll call them.
When purple guy shows up, or at the end of the sermon, Yarrick is going to follow purple guy home.
And see where he makes his animatronics that murdered more children. Yes.
Okay.
The purple guy.
It's a good joke.
Thanks.
Okay. So we will start. Mission start. Damn, Argyle died. Okay, Ishta, it is the beginning of the day. If you would like, you may roll me a. You may roll me a.
What am I rolling for?
Your sermon. Let's call it. Roll more ecclesiarchy.
Oh, okay.
At this point, you have gained a following large enough that you are straining the limits of your natural charisma, and so now you must rely more on technical knowledge of the religion itself.
Can I do that? Any bonuses?
You do know this crowd pretty well, and you're pretty good at working with them, so go ahead and take +10.
Take it.
Okay. First up, increase your flock size by 5.
Cool.
Second up, at the end of the sermon, you, Ishta, standing on your little soapbox, do see purple guy at the very back of the crowd.
I'm just going to continue to look at the crowd and talk to the people that come up to me. I'm just going to continue to do the normal thing that I do. If they don't see, like, I have no way of alerting them. People really.
You don't really need to alert anybody. Yarrick, Atella, Rennick, you are on the lookout for a dude in purple robes. So when he shows up, it's very obvious. Yarrick, if you would like, Please make a silent move check.
I just need to check because I think I have a. Well, I don't. I thought I did. I have unremarkable, so people can't remember shit about me. But I thought I had.
Oh, you have the same as
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my bag too.
Which I thought I had something about being stealthy, but I suppose not.
I mean, you are just generally pretty good at it.
Yeah, I am trained in it. Do I have a modifier?
You are going to be following him through like a busy, pretty loud crowd on the way home.
I did say I would disguise myself. I have deliberately tried to dress like your generic city part, mostly by just like covering myself in like a shitty blanket. I have to imagine most people's clothes down here are some form of.
We're up in like the middle city's upper spire. We're not in the basement.
Our entire town is a toxic smog covered in brick. There's no one who looks good here.
Dare you?
Yeah, go ahead and take plus 20 to your silent move.
Swag. Okay, I'm gonna fate point that because what the hell? A plus 20 minus 89. Okay. Well,
you deftly follow this the purple robed figure, purple guy, through this crowd for almost 4 hours. Just for record, just so we can all see, you follow him. You follow him from where Ishta held the sermon down 2 levels, down 2 levels, over to like the very edge of the spire, and then down another 2 levels.
All right.
Almost back to where our base was originally.
At which point, you watch him walk up to a habitation, an unmarked habitation block. He opens the door with a quick scan of a card, slides in, and the door shuts behind him.
Cool. Do I know of any other way to get into these kinds of generic habitation blocks?
Could try. Someone with tech use could try to, like, spoof the lock. Someone who is, like, decently handy with tools could, like, pry the door open.
How big is this habitation thing that he went into?
It's like a regular-sized door.
I mean the building.
Oh, I mean, it's a hab block, like 1 million people live in it.
Are there any windows or anything on his, like, specific... Is there even any way to tell? Like, has he just, like, essentially taken the door into a very long hallway that is inside the building?
A very long, broad flats.
It's a door into, like, the building, not specifically into his room.
So there is no way to tell from here which room specifically is his. Okay.
But
are there security cameras
which is
in the building, or is it a closed circuit? Like
what?
Did I?
Security cameras.
Well, wait, we wouldn't know about that until you probably check when he gets back.
I'm being asked like 3 different questions right now.
I'm gonna head back because I have a -10 to tech use, so I'm not gonna be able to spoof that lock.
Before we move forward in time, Did I manage to get up close and personal with this guy?
Go ahead. Rennick, are you just like walking straight up to him while he was part of the crowd, or were you trying to be sneaky as well?
No, I'm just crowd mingling and gently kind of drifting, crowd walking my way towards him. And we have time. This sermon's go on forever, so like.
Yeah, you know what? Give me a dodge test.
Ooh. I never use dodge. How exciting.
As he dart directly at your neck.
Shit, no kidding. There we go.
Yeah. God, Maggie. Oh, Maggie, you need food. I'm so sorry. You get pretty close. With 1 degree of success, you manage to get a peek under his hood for like just the scantest of seconds. And what you see is like chromed silver metal.
Like flat or like a mask?
Like flat, like his face is made. He either has like augmetic plating on his face, or just his entire head has been replaced with augmetics. Which is possible, but not for someone who's not Mechanicus.
So when you say I managed to get that glance, then what happens?
And then you are jostled away from the crowd.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Now that we know which hab block they have gone into, would it be possible for Yui to go to the local or like a nearby, I don't know, a tax office or something and find like a record of the inhabitants of that hab block?
Can't hear you in the kitchen.
Yui and Argyle, since Argyle's not here, I'll just assume you drag Argyle with you. Yui and Argyle, the two of you, after learning from Yarick which hab block he is in, make your way over to the nearest scribe uniform office, and you are met with the head scrivener, who is a stern, elderly man whose face is lined with wrinkles, and as soon as you walk up to his podium, he says, "What could you possibly want?"
I'd like some information, please.
Peter is unfortunately... Philip Peter. Is unfortunately not available because he is back at your home base. Information on what tech priest? Be specific.
I will give a little holographic display of the name/address of the hab block and say, I would like information on the inhabitants of this particular hab block.
Towards what end?
Yui will hold up the inquisitorial badge and say, that information is not relevant.
You are correct. That information is not relevant. the city events clock ticks up. Wait here 1 moment. I will return shortly with the data you need. And he leaves.
Thank you.
And about 30 minutes or so later, he comes back with a data chit and hands it to you and says, "These are the names and occupations, name and occupation of every soul currently residing in habitation block 1573-HB12. Have a good day."
You have performed your function well, sir. I shall make sure that you are adequately compensated.
Please don't. Do not mention I did this to anybody.
If you would prefer. And then Yuri leaves.
Yui, according to the data chip you've acquired, which when you plug it into your brain, downloads the information directly into you. Roughly 1.5 million individuals call HB12 home. And it takes you, give me a tech use test to determine how long it takes you to sift through the information.
This is gonna be like a game of Guess Who. Let's see. Do I? Sorry. Loading. Please wait. Would that count as use of the Mind Impulse unit that gives me +10 to tech use? Would I be plugging it into the MIU, or would I be using it?
I mean, you're technically plugging it into your like data pad, but your data pad is connected to your MIU, so yes.
Lovely. Well, we'll be fate pointing that, won't we?
Why is your tech use so low?
It's... Oh yeah, it wasn't 57 before.
Was it?
I'm sure it was way higher than that.
No, 57 is correct.
Is that right? Okay, no, that's fine. Oh, let me just roll my little D10 to see if I get my fate point back.
Yeah, it was 57. I don't know why that threw me off so hard right there.
Maybe question my sanity. Hey, look at that! I get my fate point back. Lovely.
All right. 2 degrees of success. With 2 degrees of success, it takes you about, I want to say, it takes you about a day to sift through all the names that you've been given. The names, occupations, spending habits, possible like places where they live, or not where they live, but like possible places where they hang out. And what you come up with is that every single person living in Hab Block HB12 is an upstanding, emperor-fearing citizen of Ultantix 7. Except there is a single set of, there's a single floor, an entire floor of the Hab Block, which has been purchased about 3 months ago, which you all which you recall is roughly the time you all arrived on planet, and has been sitting unused by anybody since.
Yumi is going to...
I call fucking bullshit on that.
Yumi is going to microbeat Yarok and say, I believe I may have found some pertinent information.
You hear a few assorted shuffling noises, and then... Yes?
You are our resident sneaky person. So I'm bringing this to you first in the hope that it will help with the investigation. And then Yumi is going to send over the information. Oh wait, no, does Yarok have like a data pad that I can like send things to?
Good fucking question, buddy.
Can I send you as a PDF?
No. Yarok has a shotgun, a last pistol, sword, knife, 3 things of stem, clothes, respirator, grappling hook, microbead, last cutter, binoculars, and xenomesh. Yarok does not have a computer.
To be fair, I don't think Yarok will be able to open a PDF.
No.
At this point, Yarok is probably back at base though, right?
Yeah, it's been like an hour and a half.
And it's been like a day. It's taken me like a day to
Oh,
get this
that's right.
information. So
True. Yeah.
I'm assuming like a time jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yumi's gonna like hit the export as PDF button and then forget that Yarok doesn't have that and just say, "I'll be over in a moment."
I'll be over.
Okay.
And he's gonna swim on by to Yarok and then eventually to everyone else and show them the floor that has been purchased and cordoned off. Say, this smells like bullshit to me.
And I can't even smell.
That seems like
Rennick, I will tell you, today is the day to meet your dealer if you wanted to do that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm absolutely going. I'm absolutely putting on my best duds and heading that way. If there was time before I head out, I would like to see if I could rustle up a name of someone who might have sent me.
There are 4 major gangs in the city. 3 of which you've worked for, one of which terrifies almost everybody. You were either sent by Rimac, who is the fucking guy whose mechanic you roughed up at the beginning of the game, or by House Escher, or by the other one, the metal people.
I forget what it was called.
Them. The them. Okay. They. But yes, Reddit's gonna head up that way.
Orlock. Clan Orlock.
before Rennick leaves, Yui is gonna palm Rennick like 100 geld and be like, if you get the chance, could you pick me up some space balls?
Buddy, for you, anytime.
Thank you.
Rennick pockets the shit out of it. And is gonna
It's
head
just
to
cocaine,
my...
but it was made in space.
It's space, Tyler. Fine. Yeah, no, 100% on my way. Striding.
Did you figure out what name you were gonna tell them?
Yeah, of course I did. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Boss, how... Listen. You stick to your policing there,
Alright.
boss, and I'm gonna stick to my criminaling.
Alright.
So-called.
See you later. Good luck.
Rennick stepping sideways out of the door like he's in an anime. He's like, bye! Huh?
Wait,
Ooh, I see
Rennick
Harley
leaves.
flashing, but I don't hear Harley, but I see him flashing.
That's probably just
That's
just a
Oh, that's fine.
next to me.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So Rennick,
Mm.
you make your way back up to the governor's office. You arrive at the end of the workday. One of the gate guards who you previously didn't have to deal with because you were waiting for them to leave kind of motions you forward and says, "You're expected, Mr. Rennick."
Thank you. And he will just step on through like obviously he's expected.
Have a wonderful day, sir.
You too, have a good shift.
And you step in, and the door shuts behind you. It locks this time, but the turrets don't turn on.
Excellent.
And the secretary, as you're walking up to her desk, his desk, secretary was a dude. As you're walking up to his desk, the secretary stands up and says, "Right this way. We're
Excellent.
expected."
Now, and as they're walking, Rennick pulls up to the side and is like, are we feeling like a bat? Are we like, where are we etiquette wise?
I'm sorry.
Like it does, a bat.
Oh.
None of that will be necessary here. We're all equals once work hours have ended.
Ah, wonderful.
Although I will say some are more equal than others.
That's not always good.
Rennick, as you are walking towards these massive double doors to what you can pretty easily deduce as like some kind of meeting room, Yarick, you arrive outside of habitation block HB12. I am presuming that since you are being tasked with this infiltration, that one of the tech priests has given you a device to spoof the door open?
I was about to say, have we solved the problem of me not being able to get in?
Yui, if you would like... What?
Oh, I was going to say, I'd imagine I'd probably have worked on that while I was looking at the information for the building.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a tech use test at like plus 20 because you have the building information to like fabricate a key card. Yarick, you have a key card that will open any door in the city.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Okay. So Yarick will head in and try and Oh, that's the thing I was thinking of earlier. It's not written down, but I have shadowing. I think that means I'm harder to detect when I'm following someone. It doesn't matter now. Should have written it down though. Yeah, I'm gonna try and unobtrusively sneak my way through the building. Towards the area that was highlighted as where all the shady goings on do be going on.
Oh, shadowing is an advanced skill. Oh, okay. So shadowing allows you to follow someone without being seen by just them. So rather than like hiding from everybody, you just hide from one person.
Which is pretty cool, as long as they don't have friends.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's an advanced skill. Yarick, go ahead and give me a move silently test as you stalk through this building. It is the end of the workday, so it should be pretty empty. Everyone should be on their way home.
Thanks, Eric. Never change.
You don't have any fate points left, do you?
I spent my one and only.
Okay, so we are gonna move up city events real fast. Yarick, you stalk through this building, doing your absolute best to keep quiet, which is kind of difficult for you this time. For whatever reason, this building was made with a slightly different floor material, and it is causing the sound of your footsteps to echo like a motherfucker. But after about 30 or so minutes of creeping and crawling, you make your way to floor 19 via a service stairway. Floor 19 being the floor that was purchased by somebody and has lain empty for 3 months. You are blocked by a single door with a standard key card reader.
I will use my fucking magic key card on it then.
Okay. The door slides open, and as you walk in to floor 19, you see that the thousands of individual cab stations, the individual apartments themselves, have been broken down, and that the entirety of the 19th floor has been converted into like a massive command center of some sort. There are tables with scattered charts and maps, cogitators whirring, set up across almost every horizontal surface in the entire building. And standing in the very center of it, at a massive table, is just a frankly enormous human being with like fiery orange hair and sharp, kind of wolfish features.
Queen Malky. Is that you?
I think it's fucking Bertie.
No, Malky was the wolf.
Malky was the wolf.
Malky was the wolf.
Hungry like the wolf.
Malky had blonde hair, though.
No, Malky has red hair.
Oh. Well, they're not the purple person, and also I was told not to go in guns blazing anyway, so I guess I'm gonna sneak in and try and get a better look at what's going on.
Sure. Go ahead and give me another move silently check.
Hooray! Maybe they made this floor out of something else. They did.
You sneak forward into the room. Are you heading straight for this person, or are you looking at like some of the like tables and stuff?
Yorick will look at some of the tables and stuff as they go. They have no reason to immediately beeline for this mysterious figure.
Yorick, you stop at one of the tables and kind of very quietly sift through the clutter of maps and charts. One in particular sticks out to you. I'm not going to make you roll for this. One of these charts is very obviously of the Underhive, and is, you think, a map of where you were last week while trying to track those footprints.
Pocket that.
Is that not red hair for you?
No, that's like dirty blonde. Red hair is like orange to red. I don't know if this is bumping up against your colorblindness or no.
That's a dirty blonde. We were thinking pure ginger.
Hello, I'm back.
Greetings. We're arguing about who is or isn't a ginge.
Okay, well then disregard the hair color for the figure I was describing. Shut up.
Interesting. Okay.
Continue shutting up.
No, I don't think we shall.
Well, now I've got the map showing that they're fucking stalking me. I do want to get closer to the figure that is definitely dirty blonde and see what they are looking at.
You start to step closer, and as soon as you get within about 20 or so meters, about 17 meters actually, your mind supplies to you, they, with one hand, without looking up from the table they're at, heft up off their hip like a Unitorum flamer, and they're just like, you don't want to walk any closer.
Oh shit.
And Rennick, we're gonna jump back to you. You walk through these double doors into a meeting room. Sat on the side of the table, which even you know is unusual, is the governor and several of his assistants and officials, and also his designated twink of the day. And at the head of the table, wearing golden power armor, a red cape, and a feathered hat, sits the most rogue traitorous rogue traitor you have ever seen. Standing directly to her right, holding a data pad is a man with a delightfully well-groomed full beard, tan skin, and a maroon turban.
I know who that is.
Is this a crossover episode?
It's a crossover episode. I mean, we might lose Rennick here.
Hey, do you want to
run off.
looking around on a tiny planet and go fuck around in the stars instead? Like,
Yeah, Rennick's gone. Offered a job, he's gone.
The rogue trader leans forward, says, "I hear you want to make some money."
and then Rainick came so hard.
And Rennick blacks out in one eye.
With the sound of the CSI Miami opening.
I think on that note, that's the
Rennick's nose just starts to gently bleed.
Wait, so who's all here?
Just Rennick.
Oh, okay.
Just me, buddy.
Two characters who currently have no meta-narrative awareness are now bumping up against the other game.
So yeah, I guess Rennick's answer is yes, ma'am.
Rennick's answer is
Says, madam, buy me dinner first. Fuck.
Humada.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
No, yeah, that is the cliffhanger.
Yay! Hell yeah.
This is a question more for, I guess, Gaz. How long did Wee Malky stick around after the demon fight?
Wasn't he like entirely a dog by that point, or was that in the?
No, that was way later.
Okay.
5,000 years into the future, Malky becomes like a full-on
Part
wolf.
But that was long after the captain had died.
Oh yeah, long after. Like I think for was it like 100 years? I think was like the third or fourth time skip where he was like a wolfen captain and he was still like engaging in like organized combat with a unit. So yeah, Malky became like instantly and suddenly became a wolfen, but didn't like start descending into the sort of the curse of being a wolfen until quite a bit later.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, I think by the end, which would have been, I guess, Harley's end. Technically, we confirmed Birdie, but I'm pretty sure the Navigator was still alive.
Yeah, the Navigator doesn't. I don't think the Navigator ever dies. I thought she just gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah. She got super fucked up by the end of it.
At the very end, as far as I'm aware, at the end of the end of the game, the people who are still alive are Lev, the ship itself, Birdie, Navigator, Wolf Malky is technically some flavor of immortal. Space Marines live. No one's ever seen a Space Marine die of old age.
It's a functional immortal, like lobsters.
Rob's character, Vantrix, is maybe still alive?
How many times can you do a backflip and land?
No, I was going to go hunt down Bellator, and maybe I did it successfully.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that Vantrix just psychically ascended into some form of, like, Imperial aligned chaos demon. Because that's a big thing about the warp that is just never really touched on. Like, you can become a creature of chaos without falling to chaos. Like,
Saint Celestine is an immortal, undying force of nature.
She isn't a chaos anything.
She's essentially a demon prince, just for the Emperor instead of a chaos god. She even got wings.
Isn't there a theory that the Legion of the Damned are like possibly like a warp manifestation as well?
Anyways, the point is that we don't know if Vantrix is dead or not. We know for certain that the captain died.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily know how long she lived, but she
Hoisted
did.
by her own petard.
But she did eventually die. Claude's a weird one because he's not immortal. He is going to die of old age, but also Al and I talked about this a little bit. Claude's kind of got a whole Davy Jones thing happening, but with space. So I feel like as long as he never settles down planet side, I think Claude will just keep coming back.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew. So really, it's just Vantrix. Vantrix is the captain are the only ones we think could die, and we're not even sure about Vantrix.
I don't want
To be fair, I think like the warp gently reincarnating Claude over and over is at least gonna make him pretty weird. Like once you're the echo of an echo of an echo. He's
but like,
not
he's not gonna throw you off the ship.
Anyways, you can stop
Thank you
recording
for
now.
running, Harley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for playing.
Bye recording.
Bye recording.
Recording.
Bye.